The disconnect between effort and wealth. For many, the narrative of hard work leading to financial success is a foundational belief. People commit to long hours, pursue side hustles, and make significant personal sacrifices with the expectation of achieving financial freedom. Despite this relentless effort, a profound sense of frustration can set in when progress seems to stall. It is a common experience to feel as though there is an invisible barrier preventing the flow of money, a shimmering, ethereal wall that no amount of exertion can penetrate. This creates a confusing and disheartening paradox. The more one pushes, the more resistant the financial reality appears to be. This video is designed to explore this phenomenon not as a matter of individual failure, but as a deeper issue of energetic alignment. It suggests that the path to limitless wealth is not solely about increasing effort, but about understanding and mastering the unseen forces at play in our relationship with money. Money is not a material. It's an energetic current. The traditional view of money as a physical resource, paper bills, metal coins, or a number in a bank account, is an incomplete and limiting perspective. A more profound understanding reveals that money is, at its core, a form of energy. It is a dynamic current that flows, much like water or electricity, and its movement is governed by universal principles. Everything in the universe, from the atoms in our bodies to our thoughts and emotions, operates at a specific vibrational frequency. This principle extends to our financial reality, which can be seen as a direct reflection of the frequency we are emitting. When a person vibrates at a low frequency, characterized by emotions of fear, scarcity, or guilt, they attract a matching reality of financial struggle. Conversely, by tuning one's frequency to that of abundance, they can create an environment where money flows naturally and with ease. This shift in perspective from money as a scarce commodity to an abundant, energetic flow is the foundational principle of this report. It is not about desperately chasing after money, but rather about allowing it to come into one's life by becoming a vibrational match for it. This deep dive into financial well-being is structured around three interconnected pillars that address this holistic approach: the spiritual blueprint of wealth, the neuropsychology of abundance, and the 7 rituals of energetic wealth. Each pillar builds upon the last, providing a comprehensive framework for transformation. Pillar 1, the spiritual blueprint of wealth. The law of resonance and the frequency of abundance. The spiritual dimension of wealth is rooted in a universal law, the law of attraction, which dictates that like attracts like. This principle asserts that our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are powerful magnets that shape our reality. If a person's inner world is dominated by thoughts of financial lack, fear of debt, or the conviction that money is difficult to come by, they are operating at a frequency of scarcity. This low vibrational state then attracts circumstances that confirm those very beliefs, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy of struggle. To shift this reality, it is essential to intentionally change one's energetic vibration. This can be achieved through a practice known as tuning, which uses specific sound frequencies to recalibrate the mind and spirit. 3 frequencies have been identified as particularly potent for financial manifestation. The 888 Hz frequency is known as the frequency of infinite abundance. Listening to this powerful sound session helps to clear energetic blocks, raise one's wealth vibration, and open pathways for financial blessings to flow. The 396 Hz frequency, a solfeggio frequency, is used for emotional transformation, helping to release feelings of guilt or fear that may be hindering financial abundance. Finally, the 528 Hz frequency, often called the love frequency or miracle tone, is used for healing and for opening oneself to receive abundance. By consistently incorporating these frequencies into one's daily routine, a person can begin to align their inner world with the abundance they wish to attract externally. Divine expectation and the law of gestation. A common pitfall in the manifestation journey is impatience. Many people believe that once they have set an intention, the results should be instantaneous. This belief often leads to frustration and self-doubt when a desire does not materialize on a self-imposed timeline. This is where the spiritual concept of the law of gestation becomes critical. This law, a natural process of development, is beautifully illustrated by the analogy of a mother carrying a child for 9 months. Just as a seed needs time to grow into a plant, a manifested desire needs time to unfold in the physical world. The process is guided by what can be called divine timing. The role of the individual is not to anxiously wait or to be attached to a specific timeline. Instead, it is to cultivate a state of divine expectation. This is a peaceful, confident, and unwavering knowing that one's desires are already on their way, a perspective that is fundamentally different from a feeling of entitlement. This is a core tenet of some spiritual philosophies, such as prosperity theology, which views the Bible as a contract where faith and positive confession bring about what has already been promised by a higher power. By embracing this principle, an individual can release the frantic energy of controlling outcomes and instead channel their energy into a state of calm, expectant receiving. This mindset of confident anticipation, coupled with consistent effort, is what truly fuels the manifestation process. It is the synthesis of inner alignment and external action, where one's inner peace acts as a magnet for external prosperity. Pillar 2, the neuropsychology of abundance. The rewiring of riches, neuroplasticity and dopamine. The journey to financial abundance is not just spiritual, it is also neurological. The science of neuroplasticity explains the brain's incredible ability to create and reorganize neural pathways throughout life. This means that the limiting beliefs and thought patterns that currently govern one's financial reality are not permanent, they are simply well-worn neural pathways that can be changed. By intentionally focusing on new, empowering beliefs, a person can literally rewire their brain for a millionaire mindset. A deeper examination of this process reveals the significant role of the neurotransmitter dopamine. While dopamine is often simplified as the reward chemical, a more nuanced understanding shows its primary function is to mediate effort-related processes. This means dopamine is less about the pleasure of receiving a reward and more about the motivation to perform a task that leads to a reward. When dopamine levels are depleted, high-effort tasks seem overwhelming, leading to a natural preference for a less effortful path. This provides a critical explanation for the sense of being stuck despite hard work. The feeling of financial frustration is not a character flaw, but a signal from the brain that the effort cost of financial growth feels too high. The solution is to change the brain's perception of that effort. This is where the concept of dopamine banking becomes a powerful tool. This is not a formal financial product, but a conceptual framework for intentionally designing personal financial habits to be more emotionally rewarding and engaging. The principles of dopamine design, using bright colors, playful shapes, microanimations, and personalized messages, can be applied to one's own financial life. By using a vibrant spreadsheet, a visually appealing budgeting app, or even simply making the process of checking one's bank account feel satisfying with a celebratory sound effect, a person can hack their own brain's wiring. This makes the effort of financial management feel less like a chore and more like an inspiring, intuitive, and even inspiring process. The vagus nerve, calming the financial nervous system. Financial stress is not just a mental state, it is a physiological one. The vagus nerve, the body's longest cranial nerve, acts as the primary communication pathway between the brain and the body's vital organs. It is a major component of the parasympathetic nervous system, responsible for the rest and digest response. In contrast, financial anxiety, worry, and fear activate the fight or flight, sympathetic, nervous system, triggering a stress response that can lead to clouded judgment and impulsive decisions. When a person experiences chronic financial stress, their vagal tone can become low, leading to a heightened state of stress reactivity and a reduced ability to cope with financial challenges. This can manifest as an overactive nervous system, causing anxiety and even physical symptoms. The profound connection between the mind and gut is mediated by this nerve, which is why a stressful experience can immediately manifest as a knot in the stomach or nausea. The ability to make rational, long-term financial decisions is severely compromised in this state. Fortunately, it is possible to stimulate the vagus nerve and improve vagal tone through a variety of simple yet effective practices. These techniques can shift the body from a state of panic to one of peace, allowing for clearer, more intentional financial choices. Deep breathing, practices like diaphragmatic or belly breathing directly activate the vagus nerve. The 4-7-8 breathing technique, inhaling for 4 counts, holding for 7, and exhaling for 8, is particularly effective at promoting a state of deep relaxation. Cold exposure, brief exposure to cold, such as splashing cold water on the face or taking a quick cold shower, can stimulate the vagus nerve by activating the parasympathetic nervous system. Mindful meditation, even a short 5-minute meditation session, focusing on the breath in a quiet space, can encourage present moment awareness and stimulate the vagus nerve, improving stress resilience. By incorporating these practices, an individual can build the physiological foundation for financial clarity and peace, allowing them to respond to financial situations with calm and strategic thinking rather than with stress and panic. Pillar 3, the 7 Rituals of Energetic Wealth. This section serves as a practical, actionable guide, translating the spiritual and psychological principles of the first 2 pillars into a daily practice. These 7 rituals are not disconnected techniques but form a cohesive system for clearing old energy, reprogramming the mind, and consciously inviting abundance into one's life. Ritual 1. Cleansing your energetic sanctuary. Before a person can invite new wealth, they must first clear out the old, stagnant energy that may be blocking the flow. The home is an energetic sanctuary, and its front door serves as its energetic entryway. If this space is cluttered, dirty, or energetically heavy, it sends an unconscious message to the universe to turn abundance away. The first ritual involves a 2-part cleansing process. On a full moon night, a glass jar of clean water is set outside under the moonlight to infuse it with the intention of clarity, openness, and financial flow. The next morning, the front door, including the doorknob and frame, is thoroughly scrubbed with a cleaner, physically and energetically removing old, stuck energy. Following this, the moon water is used to gently wipe the same areas, symbolically sealing the door with the intention that only good things are allowed to enter this space. The second part of the ritual uses cinnamon, a spice long used in spiritual traditions to attract luck, money, and success. On the first of every month, a cinnamon stick is lit like incense, and its smoke is allowed to swirl around the front doorway and corners of the home. As the smoke rises, one can repeat an intention such as this smoke rises, so does my wealth. As this cinnamon burns, so does my doubt. Other cleansing agents like sage or Palo Santo can also be used to clear negative energy and bring in positive energy. This ritual creates a physical and energetic vacuum for new, abundant energy to rush in. Ritual 2, the command of conscious language, affirmations. Words have immense power. The way a person speaks about money reflects and shapes their beliefs about their financial reality. Positive affirmations are a powerful tool for reprogramming the subconscious mind, helping to shift a mindset of scarcity to one of prosperity. This process is effective because repetition causes a message to be accepted by the self-consciousness, allowing it to be manifested in one's life. To make affirmations most effective, they must be specific and stated in the present tense. For example, rather than saying "I will be wealthy," a person should say, "I am wealthy," or "money flows easily and abundantly into my life." This reinforces the belief that abundance is not a future possibility, but an existing reality. To integrate this into daily life, affirmations can be written on small post-it notes and placed where they are easily seen, such as on a mirror or a computer screen. Phone reminders can also be set to display affirmations throughout the day, ensuring the message is constantly reinforced. Journaling is another effective method, as the act of writing cements the belief in the mind. A diverse set of affirmations can be used to address different aspects of a person's financial life, from their sense of self-worth to their relationship with saving and spending. Some examples include, "I am worthy of a financially abundant future, I don't have to overwork to receive more money, and money often comes to me in wonderful and unexpected ways." The key is to speak positively about one's financial journey and to release harmful narratives. Ritual 3, the art of visionary visualization. Visualization is the practice of creating vivid mental images of a desired outcome to align one's thoughts and emotions with their desires. This technique helps to activate the subconscious mind and attract the necessary opportunities to manifest one's goals. The process is most effective when it is not just a passive daydream but a multi-sensory experience that engages all 5 senses. A simple and accessible way to start is the what if game. This involves imagining what one would do with an extra $50, $100, or $500 each month. The purpose is not to find a logical answer, but to connect with the feelings that this additional income would provide, the feeling of freedom to hire a cleaning service, the joy of buying higher quality groceries, or the sense of play from taking a pottery class. By focusing on the feeling and not just the financial number, a person can start to align their values with their financial decisions. A more advanced technique is the perplexity method. This involves asking a series of questions without trying to answer them. Why am I so wealthy? Or how did all this money come to me? The purpose is to generate a genuine feeling of wonder and slight perplexity, as if the desired reality has already happened and is now a delightful mystery. This state of emotional wonder bypasses the logical, limiting mind, allowing the subconscious to fully accept and embody the feeling of being wealthy. By consistently practicing this, a person trains their mind to think from the position of already having what they desire. Ritual 4, the practice of energetic tithing. The concept of tithing, often associated with religious giving, can be understood as a powerful spiritual law that transcends a specific doctrine. Energetic tithing is the practice of giving 10% of one's income to that which spiritually fulfills them. This is not about donating to charity out of obligation, but about consciously directing money towards sources that nourish the soul and deepen one's faith, such as a spiritual teacher, a personal development course, or a retreat. This act sends a powerful energetic signal to the universe. By giving without fear or attachment, a person demonstrates that they are in a state of abundance, not scarcity. It is a powerful declaration of trust that more will come. The principle is that what a person puts their energy and money into will come back to them tenfold. This practice, when done with a full and trusting heart, creates a continuous cycle of giving and receiving, transforming the act of spending from a loss into a positive, energetic exchange that reinforces the flow of wealth. Ritual 5, building a prosperity altar. A prosperity altar is a sacred, intentional space designed to focus and amplify one's energy toward financial abundance. It is a physical focal point that serves as a daily reminder and a place of worship for one's desires. The objects placed on the altar are chosen for their symbolic and energetic properties. Essential items for a prosperity altar include green candles, which symbolize growth and abundance. Jade, a crystal known for bringing abundance and luck, and a small bowl of coarse salt for cleansing are also vital. Coins or crisp banknotes can be placed on the altar to represent money and respect for wealth. Other beneficial elements include bay leaf for manifestation, cinnamon for energy, and palo santo for bringing in positive energy. An altar is not a set-it-and-forget-it tool. It requires daily attention and appreciation. By visiting the altar daily and giving it focused energy, a person reinforces their intentions and maintains a high vibrational connection to their desires. This practice serves as a consistent anchor for the manifestation process, ensuring that the work is not just mental but also physical and tangible. Ritual 6, the grateful heart. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrational states a person can embody. It is a powerful magnet for more prosperity and serves to anchor a person in appreciation for what they already have. Complaining, on the other hand, is a ritual of negativity that attracts more of the same, blocking the flow of abundance. The practice of gratitude shifts one's focus from what they lack to what they already possess, creating an immediate energetic shift. This can begin with the smallest things in one's life. A person can take a few minutes each day to be grateful for a comfortable chair, the granite countertops in their kitchen, or the clean water flowing from their tap. This practice trains the mind to find blessings everywhere, no matter how small. A powerful technique for financial gratitude is the arigato in, arigato out method. This involves giving thanks for the money that comes into one's life, arigato in, and for the money that leaves it, arigato out. By thanking money as it is spent, a person transforms the act of paying bills or buying groceries from a feeling of loss to a positive, energetic exchange. It is an act of trust and reverence for the flow of wealth, reinforcing the belief that money is an ever-present, abundant resource. A gratitude journal can be used to capture these feelings, serving as a vessel to be filled with daily thanks, which helps to create a positive flow of energy around money. Ritual 7, the Golden River Meditation. This guided visualization is a powerful way to train the subconscious mind to accept a continuous, effortless flow of money. It provides a simple, direct, and effective mental image to anchor the belief in abundance. The meditation script is as follows. Find a quiet space and sit comfortably. Close your eyes and take a deep, slow breath in, and exhale slowly. Imagine yourself sitting in your home, completely at peace. Now, visualize a golden river of pure, flowing energy appearing just outside your window. This is the river of abundance. It is endless, peaceful, and filled with limitless wealth. See the river flowing effortlessly toward your home. Watch as it passes through the walls, not as a destructive force, but as a gentle, shimmering stream of liquid gold. Feel the warmth and peace it brings as it enters your space. See the golden energy filling every room, every corner, and every object in your home. Now, see the river flowing into your bank account. Watch as the numbers on your screen rise effortlessly, a steady, continuous flow of golden energy. See it paying off old debts, dissolving them into nothingness. See it funding your biggest dreams, flowing to you with ease and grace. The golden river washes away any worry, fear, and scarcity. Feel the sensation of relief, of calm, of pure peace. This river is always flowing to you, always abundant. You have become a part of this flow, a vessel for this limitless energy. Breathe in this peace, and with your next exhalation, feel any remaining doubt or fear leave your body. You are a magnet for this golden energy. You are prosperous. You are abundant. Very good. When you are ready, you may softly open your eyes to an abundant life ahead. The aligned action, bridging inner work and outer reality. A common criticism of spiritual philosophies like the law of attraction is that they encourage passivity and toxic spirituality. It is a valid concern that must be addressed directly. These practices are not a substitute for action, they are the catalyst for a new, more effective kind of action. The inner work of shifting one's mindset and energy must inform the outer work of physical effort. The rituals clear the ground, set the destination, and prepare the mind and body, but the physical action is still the essential step of walking the path. The true synthesis of these concepts lies in the idea of aligned action. A person who is in a state of abundance and expectation will naturally be guided toward opportunities that serve their goals. It is no longer a matter of frantically searching for opportunities, but of being a vibrational match for them. For example, manifesting a new job requires an individual to still update their resume and send out applications. However, when those actions are performed from a place of confident expectation rather than desperate need, the entire experience is transformed. The key is consistency over intensity. Building a system for wealth requires patience, strategy, and consistent effort, especially during the times when no one is watching. The inner and outer work feed into each other, creating a powerful feedback loop. The inner work makes the outer work feel easier and more enjoyable, and the results of the outer work reinforce the power of the inner work. Transformations, real stories, real results. The principles discussed are not merely theoretical, they have been applied by real people to achieve profound financial transformations. These stories provide powerful social proof that a shift in mindset and energy can lead to tangible, life-changing results. The story of Reagan Hillier, who went from having just $8 to becoming a multimillionaire in a year, is a compelling example. Hillier did not achieve this by working harder but by shifting her daily habits, thoughts, and attitudes to reflect the wealthier version of herself. She began to ask herself how a millionaire would act and think, and she started making those choices. Her story illustrates that the internal state of being is the precursor to the external state of having. Another inspiring example is that of a client who had been chasing a large debt for nearly a year and had given up on receiving it. After participating in a workshop and practicing a visualization technique, they completely let go of the need for the money. The very next morning, the person who owed the money contacted them and paid the full amount, a payment that had been completely unexpected. This story underscores the power of releasing attachment to the outcome and trusting that the universe will provide in its own timing. Other accounts detail unexpected financial gains, such as an individual who received 3 unexpected checks in the mail after a few weeks of a financial abundance process. Another found that after spending money generously on friends, they received the exact amount back from the bank in an unexpected reward. These stories, like that of the person who won big on a horse race by simply following their guidance, show that money often comes in wonderful and surprising ways when a person is aligned with its flow. These transformations demonstrate that the limit on what is possible does not exist. It is only a matter of aligning one's inner reality with the outer reality they desire. Conclusion: becoming the abundance you seek. The journey to financial freedom is a holistic process that involves a profound understanding of the interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit. This report has revealed that money is not just a material resource but an energetic current that responds to our emotional and psychological state. By adopting a new blueprint of wealth, understanding the neurological basis of our financial habits, and engaging in the consistent practice of the 7 rituals, a person can shift their energetic frequency from scarcity to abundance. The spiritual blueprint teaches that one's thoughts and emotions are the true attractors of wealth, and that a confident, peaceful expectation is more powerful than frantic effort. The neuropsychology of abundance explains that financial stress is a physiological reality that can be overcome by calming the nervous system, and that the brain's reward system can be rewired to make financial management feel joyful and rewarding. The 7 rituals provide the practical toolkit for this transformation, offering tangible steps to cleanse one's energetic space, reprogram the subconscious, and align one's actions with their highest intentions. Ultimately, true wealth is not something a person gets, it is something they become. It is a state of inner peace and freedom that manifests externally as limitless financial abundance. The goal is not just to have more money, but to have a positive relationship with it, to feel financially safe, to enjoy taking care of one's finances, and to live a life of one's own choosing. The journey begins by simply deciding to unlearn old narratives and to trust that a life of unimaginable wealth is not just possible, but a current reality waiting to be tuned into.